Part 1. The wrong sister. I should have stayed in the city, should have ignored Mom's texts, brushed off her voice messages about how it's been too long, and avoided the charming little house we grew up in like it was cursed. But I didn't, because my sister had come home first. And wherever Ivy was, trouble followed. The cab had barely pulled out of the driveway when I felt it, that tickle at the back of my neck like someone watching, breathing too close. I glanced around the cul-de-sac. Nothing but snow-dusted lawns and a wind chime dancing on the porch. Inside, Ivy was asleep. Of course she was. The golden child could rest through a riot. I'd barely shut the door when the smell of lavender and something citrusy, her scent, wrapped around me. We shared DNA, but Ivy wore everything like armor: smiles, perfume, beauty. And apparently, secrets. I noticed it first in the fridge, a wine bottle, half gone. Ivy never drank red. Then the message scribbled on the foggy mirror after my shower. You looked beautiful tonight. I thought it was a prank, a sick joke. But then the phone calls began, silent ones, always between 2 and 3 a.m., always after Ivy disappeared for an hour. On February 12th, she left again, said she was heading to the grocery store. She never came back. I waited, I called, I texted, nothing. And when I opened the front door to look for her, a needle sank into my neck before I could scream. I woke up somewhere dark, cold. Smelled like damp wood, stale candle wax, and blood. I tried to move. My arms were tied to the chair, my legs too. A blindfold covered my eyes, but I heard the floorboards creak, the sound of boots approaching. And then a voice, calm, low, trembling with reverence. Ivy. My mouth went dry. I wanted to scream, but instinct told me not to. Whoever he was, he didn't know. He didn't know I wasn't her. Ivy, he said again, and something in his voice cracked. You left. Again. You keep trying to leave me. I bit the inside of my cheek to keep silent. I waited outside your window for hours, he said. You were wearing the dress I bought you, the red one. You looked like Valentine's Day. The blindfold slipped away, and I blinked into candlelight. He knelt before me. Dark hair, unruly, eyes like frostbite. He looked so ordinary it made my skin crawl. He smiled. You're finally here. For good. I realized two things in that moment. 1, he thought I was Ivy. 2, he'd never let me go. Part 2. Red silk and roses. He brings me food, soft scrambled eggs, toast, strawberries cut into hearts. I thought we'd start the day with something sweet, he says, placing the tray on the little table near the bed. It's the first time I've seen the room in full light. Wood walls. One narrow window too high to reach. There's no door handle on the inside. The mattress is plush, the linen's silk. He built a fantasy. Around her, around me. I croak, my voice barely holding. I thought you liked redheads. He stills. His hands tighten on the tray. I love you, he says. You don't know me. I know everything. He smiles as if we're sharing an inside joke. You used to walk through that little courtyard on campus, always reading, always alone, until he started following you. My stomach twists. He moves to sit at the edge of the bed, like we're lovers sharing breakfast. You don't remember, do you? You didn't notice me back then, but I was there. I kept you safe from him. He's gone now. I handled it. My blood runs cold. Ivy never told me anything about being stalked. But then again, I remember now. She did start using ride shares more. Changed her route home. Got weird about being alone. Why now? I ask. Why take me now? He strokes my hair. Because you kept running. You kept pretending like we weren't meant to be. So I had to stop pretending too. He leaves me in silence after that. That night he brings me a red silk dress. Long, strapless. It looks expensive but worn. Like it's been handled too many times. Put it on. He steps closer. Please. I do it with shaking hands, right in front of him. He watches, mouth slightly parted like I'm performing a private striptease. His eyes don't leave me. Not when I step out of the clothes he gave me. Not when I slide the dress up my thighs. You look perfect, he whispers. He chains my ankle to the bedpost again and disappears. I stare at the ceiling, heart pounding. He doesn't know. Still. February 14th, Valentine's Day. I wake to music. Unchained melody, warbling from a record player. Candlelight flickers through the slats of the vented wall. I'm dressed again. He must have changed me while I slept because I'm in lingerie now. Black lace, red trim. He enters holding a bouquet of red roses. Happy Valentine's Day, Ivy. I open my mouth to correct him, but something stops me. A part of me that knows. Ivy wouldn't have survived this. He sets the table for two. Real china. Crystal glasses. A bottle of stolen wine. There's a cake with "Be Mine" scribbled in dark icing. I force a smile. This is beautiful. You deserve it, he says. I wanted it to be real this time. We eat together. He tells me about our history, about how I used to walk past him, nod at him in the bookstore, about the first time he heard my laugh. Do you remember that? He asks. I nod. I remember. You always looked at me like you knew something, he says. I used to think you hated me. I don't speak. I reach for my wine. His hand covers mine. I just wanted you to see me. I do now, I think. I see the break in his smile, the tremble under his stillness, the need in his voice, so raw it almost doesn't sound dangerous anymore. Just lonely. And then, like something out of a dream, he kneels beside me. I need you to forgive me. For what? I whisper. For not being enough to keep you before. He leans up, his lips meet mine. I should pull away. I don't. I kiss him back. Because he's gentle. Because I'm scared. Because some twisted part of me doesn't want to be alone either. The kiss turns into more. Hands slide beneath lace. Mine clutch at his shirt. His mouth trails down my collarbone. We tumble backward onto the bed. He unshackles my ankle mid-kiss, tosses the metal aside like it disgusts him. I'll never chain you again, he whispers. Not if you stay. I let him undress me fully. I let him love me like he thinks I'm hers. I let myself pretend for one night that he really sees me, that maybe I can survive if I play along. When I wake, his arm is wrapped around me. He murmurs my name again. Ivy. And something inside me, something wrong, tightens. Because I want him to say my real name. Because I want him to know. Part 3, Broken Reflections. I wake before he does. That feels important. His arm is heavy across my waist, possessive even in sleep. His face is softer like this. Lashes dark against pale skin, mouth slightly open as if he's mid-confession. For a moment, if I don't breathe too deeply, if I don't move, I can pretend this is something else, something almost human. I slide out from under him slowly. The room looks different in daylight, less romantic, more deliberate. There are cameras, tiny ones, tucked into corners I didn't notice before, a lockbox beneath the dresser, a bookshelf I hadn't explored. I shouldn't touch anything. I do anyway. The shelf is full of notebooks, all the same kind. Black covers, no titles. I pull one free and open it. The first page is Ivy's face. Not a photograph. A drawing. Painstaking. Obsessive. Every freckle mapped. Her mouth drawn over and over again across different pages. Smiling, laughing, open in surprise. I flip faster. Notes, dates, locations. February 3rd, she wore blue. He walked her home. I followed until she noticed. February 6th, she lied about loving me. She does love me. She just doesn't know yet. My stomach turns. Then, a page that stops me cold. It's me. Or, not me, but my face. My expressions. Drawn from angles I don't remember holding. Under it, in different handwriting. Messier, rushed. Something's wrong. She's different. Softer. Quieter. Still beautiful. I hear him stir behind me. I close the notebook. Too late. You found them. His voice isn't angry. It's curious. Like this was inevitable. I didn't mean to. I lie. He comes up behind me, arms wrapping around my shoulders, chin resting against my temple. He looks at the open page like a proud artist. I started drawing you after you stopped fighting, he says. I didn't understand why it felt different. My heart thuds. Different how? You listen, he murmurs. She never did. I turn to face him. This is it. The moment everything snaps or burns. I'm not Ivy. The words sit between us, fragile and sharp. He doesn't blink. I know. The room tilts. You. What? He smiles. Slow, thoughtful, almost tender. I figured it out last night, he says, when you said thank you. Ivy never thanked me. She expected. I shake my head. Then why are you still? Because that means she's still out there. The way he says it makes my blood go cold. And you, he continues, brushing his thumb across my cheek, are real. I step back. I'm not a replacement. No, he agrees softly. You're better. I don't like the way he's looking at me now. Not like a fantasy, like a choice. You're the version of her that stays, he says, that sees me. I'm not staying, I whisper. He tilts his head. You already are. But the days blur after that. He doesn't restrain me again, not physically. The doors stay unlocked. The chains remain untouched, but the cameras never turn off. And every time I test the boundaries, I feel him watching. Learning. He starts calling me Olivia. Only sometimes. Usually when he's calm, when he's gentle, when he wants something. He talks more now. About Ivy. About how she laughed at him once when he tried to talk to her. About how she liked being chased until she didn't. She wanted to be wanted, he insists. She just wanted it from someone else. I listen. I nod. I survive. At night, he touches me like he's afraid I'll vanish. Like I'm the last solid thing he has. I don't stop him. I don't encourage him either. I exist in the space between resistance and surrender. And somewhere in that space, something inside me fractures too. I start to dream about him, about choosing him, about being the sister who stayed. On February 16th, he leaves the house. That's new. He kisses my forehead before he goes. Don't be scared, he says. This is for us. I wait until the sound of the engine fades. Then I run. I don't make it past the tree line. He's waiting there, smiling. You don't understand yet, he says gently, guiding me back inside. I'm not done. Now, that night, I hear him on the phone. I found her, he says quietly. Yes, I know where she is now. I press my hand over my mouth. She won't get away again, he continues. I have a plan. When he hangs up, he comes to me. We're going to be a family, he says, all three of us. I realize then what the twisted ending is going to be, and I don't know if I'm terrified because he wants my sister, or because part of me is afraid he'll choose her again. Part 4. The Valentine aftermath. He prepares for her like a holiday. That's the part that breaks me. Not the ropes laid out neatly on the table, not the knives he sharpens with careful strokes, not even the way he hums while he works. Soft, affectionate, like a man folding laundry for someone he loves. It's the flowers, fresh ones, lilies, roses, Ivy's favorite. He arranges them in vases around the house, adjusting angles until everything looks perfect, until everything looks worthy of her. She'll like this, he says, stepping back to admire his work. She always said I didn't try hard enough. I sit on the bed behind him, wrapped in a blanket that smells like him. My wrists are free, my legs too. I haven't tried to leave again, not since the trees. She'll be scared, I say quietly. He glances at me confused. At first. My throat tightens. You don't understand her, I whisper. She won't react the way you think. He smiles. You didn't either. That hurts more than it should. Ivy arrives just after sunset. I hear her before I see her. Her voice sharp with disbelief. Her footsteps uneven like she's already backing away. Who are you? she demands. How do you know my name? I move to the doorway before he can stop me. She freezes when she sees me. Liv? Her face drains of color. Oh my God, what did he do to you? Her eyes flick over me. The silk robe, bare feet, my hair brushed, braided neatly over one shoulder. Her mouth twists. You came here with him? She asks. No, I say. He took me. But you stayed, she snaps. He steps in beside me, one hand resting lightly at my back. Be gentle, he says to Ivy. She's fragile. Ivy laughs, sharp, hysterical. You kidnapped the wrong twin, you psycho. His hand tightens. I didn't, he says calmly. I found the right one first. She looks between us, realization dawning slowly. You knew him, I say. Her jaw clenches. He followed me, she spits. I told him to leave me alone. I was nice at first. That was my mistake. You kissed me, he says. I was scared, she snaps. I was trying to survive. The words land like a slap, because they're the same ones I used. Dinner is a disaster. He insists we sit together, him at the head, Ivy and me on either side. Candles burn low, wax dripping like something melting under pressure. You lied to me, he tells Ivy quietly. I didn't know you the truth. I gave you everything. You gave me fear. I watch him process that, the way his jaw tightens, the way his breathing changes. Then he looks at me. She never loved me, he says. Did she? I don't answer. Ivy scoffs. She's not your girlfriend, she's your hostage. He stands abruptly, chair scraping back. I am not like that, he snaps. You drugged her, Ivy says. You tied her up. She stayed, he insists, pointing at me. She chose me. I feel Ivy's eyes burn into my skin. Did you? She asks softly. The room holds its breath. I think about the nights I didn't fight, the way his hands felt familiar, the way he learned my real name and still touched me like I mattered. I didn't have a choice, I say. That's a lie, and Ivy hears it. Later, when he locks Ivy in the other room, she screams my name. Liv, please. She sobs through the door. You know he's sick. You know this isn't real. I sit on the bed, knees pulled to my chest. He loves you, I say, voice barely steady. He always has. He loves an idea, she cries. So do you. That one shatters something. That night, he comes to me shaking. She ruined everything, he says, burying his face in my neck. She always does. I let him hold me. I don't push him away when he kisses me. I don't stop him when he pulls me into his lap. She makes me feel invisible, he whispers. You don't. I see you, I say. And this time, I mean it. In the early hours of the morning, Ivy escapes. We hear the door slam, the sound of footsteps running. He bolts upright, eyes wild. She's leaving, he says. I grab his arm. Let her go. He looks at me like I've spoken another language. If she leaves, he says slowly, she'll destroy us. There is no us, I whisper. He studies my face, then he smiles. Yes, he says. There is. He presses something cold into my palm. A knife. Prove it. Part 5. The choice that bleeds. The knife is heavier than I expect. Not because it's large, it isn't. It's small, almost delicate. The kind of blade meant for peeling fruit, not ending lives. My fingers curl around the handle anyway. It fits my palm like it was chosen for me. Ivy is screaming outside. Not words anymore, just sound. Raw animal. Olivia, she shrieks. Please, please. He stands behind me, hands resting lightly on my shoulders, not forcing, not guiding. Just there, watching, waiting. I won't make you, he says softly. I don't want obedience. I want certainty. My chest feels hollow. You don't have to do this, I whisper. He tilts his head. I already did. We step outside together. The night air is sharp, cold enough to bite. Ivy has tripped near the edge of the woods, one ankle twisted, hands scraped raw from trying to crawl. She looks up when she sees us, and when she sees the knife, her face changes. Not fear, betrayal. Oh, she breathes. You chose him. I didn't, I say automatically. You stayed, she snaps. You stayed with him. You slept with him. My mouth opens, closes. She laughs, a broken, hysterical sound. You always wanted to be me. That's not true. You took my clothes, my place, my name. Her voice cracks. Now you're taking him too? He was never yours, I say. The words spill out before I can stop them. Silence follows. Even he goes still. Ivy stares at me like she doesn't recognize my face. You're sick, she whispers. Both of you. He sighs, almost regretful. You see? She understands now. I shake my head. I understand you. He smiles. That's worse. She'll call the police, he says calmly. She'll tell them everything. She'll make me a monster. You already are, Ivy snaps. I can live with that, he replies. What I can't live with is losing her. He looks at me again. She'll never stop trying to take you back, to remind you who you were, who you belong to. Ivy's eyes widen. Live, she pleads. You don't belong to anyone. You never have. That's the cruelest thing she could have said, because it's a lie. I belong here now. I feel it, in my bones, in the way the world narrows when he looks at me like I'm real. I step closer to Ivy. She scrambles backwards, sobbing. No, no, this isn't you. I didn't ask for this, I whisper. You left. You always left. That's not fair, she cries. I tried to protect you. From what? I ask. Being wanted? The knife trembles in my hand. Liv, she says softly. Please, if you do this, you'll never be free. I look over my shoulder. He isn't smiling now. He's watching me like this is the most intimate moment we've ever shared. I understand, suddenly, that this is the point of no return, not because he asked me to do it, but because I want him to stop looking afraid. I'm already not free, I say, and I move. I don't remember the sound she makes. I remember the warmth, the way her body jerks, then stills, the way the knife slips from my hand into the dirt, the way the world goes quiet, like it's holding its breath in approval. He catches me when my knees give out. It's done, he murmurs, pressing my face into his chest. You're safe now. I don't cry. I don't scream. I let him hold me while my sister's blood soaks into the ground. We bury her before dawn. He's gentle, almost reverent. He braids my hair again when we're done. She was always going to leave you, he says softly. Some people don't know how to stay. I nod. He kisses my temple. Months later, we move. New city, new names. Sometimes when people look at me too long, I wonder if they see her in my face. Sometimes he still says her name in his sleep. That hurts. But he always wakes up and pulls me closer, whispering mine like it's a promise he's afraid to forget. I love you, he says, and I believe him. Because he chose me. Because I chose him. And because love, real love, isn't about freedom. It's about staying. I answer to her name now. It wasn't planned. It just happened. At the DMV, at the coffee shop. When someone glanced at the ID, he helped me get and smiled like they already knew me. Ivy. It fits better than Olivia ever did. We live somewhere warm now. A coastal town where people mind their business and forget faces easily. He works with his hands. I work from home. We are by all appearances ordinary. At night, he still reaches for me in his sleep. Sometimes he says her name, sometimes he says mine. I don't correct him anymore. I learned early that love isn't precision, it's preference, and he prefers the one who stayed. The dreams come less often now. When they do, it's always the same. The woods, the cold, the sound of my sister's voice breaking as she said my name like it still meant something. I wake with his arm around me, his mouth at my neck, grounding me back into the present. You're safe, he murmurs, half asleep. I believe him, because safety isn't innocence. It's belonging. The email arrives on a Tuesday. No subject line, no signature, just a photo. Blurry, zoomed in, taken from far away. It's me, standing on the boardwalk, hair pulled back, laughing at something he's whispered in my ear. My hand is on his chest. His ring glints in the sun. Underneath the image, one sentence: "You wear my life well." I don't show him, I delete it. Then I empty the trash. But that night, as I brush my hair in the mirror, I pause. For just a second. I swear the reflection lags. Not much, barely noticeable, like someone standing just behind me, watching, waiting, smiling with my face. I answer to her name now. It wasn't planned, it just happened. At the DMV, at the coffee shop. When someone glanced at the ID he helped me get and smiled like they already knew me. Ivy. It fits better than Olivia ever did. We live somewhere warm now, a coastal town where people mind their business and forget faces easily. He works with his hands. I work from home. We are, by all appearances, ordinary. At night, he still reaches for me in his sleep. Sometimes he says her name. Sometimes he says mine. I don't correct him anymore. I learned early that love isn't precision, it's preference. And he prefers the one who stayed. The dreams come less often now. When they do, it's always the same. The woods, the cold, the sound of my sister's voice breaking as she said my name, like it still meant something. I wake with his arm around me, his mouth at my neck, grounding me back into the present. "You're safe," he murmurs, half asleep. I believe him. Because safety isn't innocence, it's belonging. The email arrives on a Tuesday. No subject line, no signature. Just a photo, blurry, zoomed in, taken from far away. It's me, standing on the boardwalk, hair pulled back, laughing at something he's whispered in my ear. My hand is on his chest. His ring glints in the sun. Underneath the image, one sentence: "You wear my life well." I don't show him, I delete it. Then I empty the trash. But that night, as I brush my hair in the mirror, I pause. For just a second. I swear the reflection lags. Not much. Barely noticeable. Like someone standing just behind me, watching, waiting, smiling with my face.